Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Oh, thank you. Welcome. It's so wonderful to see you all be inside with your parents. It's probably the first time many of you have been inside this year. Sorry it's so late in the year to be there. And I actually really wish that we had the whole of the 6th and 7th grade here, really to finish off the year and also to one of those people that are getting the awards. Thanks for wearing masks. I'm going to seeing everyone masks. I appreciate that. Those speaking today, feel free to take off your mask when you go up to the podium. I've just got a few sort of opening remarks before I hand over to Dr. Marino. First, I really have to say, well, I can't believe we're here. It feels surreal that we're at the end of the year. It's been the longest year, metaphorically speaking, in my career, and I'm pleased we're at the end of it. I think it would be disingenuous of me not to remark on how difficult it has been. Again, I wish I was saying this to all the 6th and 7th parents and students, but I sort of said it, I suppose, in my letter the other day. It's just been hard. Remote learning, in person, dual modality in the classroom, masks, physical distancing, testing, health concerns. It's been tricky. But you all have got through it remarkably well, especially the students. Students who've done incredibly well. Actually, especially the group I'm talking to, all have got some kind of award. Obviously, you've done very well. You've been really resilient and shown leadership and shown staying power. So thank you. Parents, thank you to you. Thanks for your support, obviously of the kids, but of the school and the faculty and to me as well in my first year as head of school. It is really appreciated and noted. And let me tell you, not just by our community. When I have lots of friends at other schools, and people are talking to me about what wonderful supportive parents there are at Bullis. Really, I'm hearing that, and it's great to hear. So thank you. And last but certainly not least, faculty. You have been amazing. Parents, I'm sure you realise this, but if it hadn't been for the courageousness of our teachers at the beginning of the year, we would not have been in person. They wanted to do the right thing from the very get-go, and that's why we've been here. And I'm very grateful, and I know the parents are grateful too, and kids, I'm sure you are and should be. So let's hear it for the teachers. And finally, looking to next year of our, let me get this right, of our 55 6th graders, 51 of you are returning. You're being joined by 18 amazing, what will be rising 7th graders too from other schools, all of whom chose Bullis as their first choice. Every one of them. Likewise, in 7th grade, of the current 65, we're losing only 3 and adding 26 next year. Again, every one of those 26, it was their first choice to come to Bullis. We were able to select them in February, and it's going to be both 7th and 8th grades next year will be amazing grades. Those of you that are moving on, we are really sorry to lose you. You go with our warmest wishes, fondest wishes, and just want you to know that you'll always be a little bit of a bulldog. So thanks to everyone. Thanks for a great year. Dr. Marino.
All right. It is Tuesday. In fact, it's Tuesday afternoon. We have one more day of school, and I think it's safe to say we made it! It has been a challenging year, but we showed grit, perseverance as we tackled one of education's largest disruptors in modern times, the COVID-19 pandemic. So I wanted to do a little bit of reflecting on what this year looked like. As I reflect on this school year, I remember asking new students to come to campus for Bullis Start Strong, then have them sit 6 feet apart in the studio theater while attempting to orient them to the new year. Teachers looked over their shoulders to answer questions hesitantly 6 feet away. That was a challenge. Have you ever tried to answer somebody's question 6 feet away when you really can't even see the error that they may have made or the question that they're actually asking? And what about the drive-through? We prepared supplies for students to pick up and take home, so learning could continue. Whether you were at home when just the blue team was in person on Monday and Tuesdays, or you were at home when the gold team attended school in person on Thursdays and Fridays. From there, we pivoted to remote learning. Technology became our closest friend, and Google Meet and Zoom our lifeline for teaching and learning. And then we pivoted again in January to offer in-person learning to anyone that was comfortable and/or able to attend. I remember asking Kaleva to come to Bullis for experiential education since we weren't able to travel by bus to Kaleva. I remember the campus filled with tents for class instruction. One-way hallway signage, sanitation stations, daily temperature checks, and yes, the wonderful Magnus app. I'll continue to cherish the new procedures for lunch and that very practical brown paper bag. Just have to make sure you don't put anything too wet in it. I think about the outstanding classroom lessons. The fun we had during virtual clubs, playing the Name That Tune game virtually. The awesome projects completed during the Entrepreneurship Hackathon by 33 students, and the fantastic Bullis Builders Engineering Competition on campus with over 40 students participating. I am in awe when I think about the outstanding virtual, visual, and performing art showcases we had. The creative athletic activities developed for hybrid and remote learning. Then the athletic games on campus, finally, a few weeks before the end of the school year. Yes, mother. Necessity is the mother of invention. I'm so impressed with the resilience of our students. I'm so thankful to have outstanding, innovative teachers that know how to solve problems and always work tirelessly on your behalf. And I commend each and every one of you for adjusting to our new normal so quickly with such positive attitudes. Your transition was phenomenal. So today we recognize students that have excelled academically and exemplified the Bullis core values even through these challenging times. Students, when your name is called, please come to the stage to receive your certificate. We have a little gift for you. Then walk to the opposite side of the stage to join Mr. Teets. Your teacher will meet you there to take a photo. At the end, you'll notice we have a hand sanitation station if you want to wash your hands. Keeping that in mind. Right. Let's start with the Jerry May Achievement Award. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Demers and Mr. Kaczmarski.
Hello, 6th and 7th graders and your families. As the 6th and 7th grade level chairs, it's our pleasure to present the Jerry May Achievement Award, which is named after one of Bullis' beloved community members.
Jerry May was a self-proclaimed jack of all trades. In the fall of 1961, he began his career at Bullis as a history teacher and biology teacher, as well as a coach for football, baseball, and basketball. In 1971, when the school moved from Silver Spring to Potomac, Mr. May became the middle school athletic director, followed by the dean of discipline, then middle school principal, and finally ended his career as a director of alumni.
Jerry May was truly an invaluable member of the Bullis community throughout his 37 years of service and beyond. He touched the lives of so many with his unwavering encouragement, support, and guidance. It's an honor to recognize middle school students who are deserving of an award in Mr. May's namesake.
The Jerry May Achievement Award recognizes outstanding performance during the course of a student's year in middle school. The prize represents the innermost values of working hard to improve, collaborating with classmates, thinking independently, and persevering even when the task may seem too arduous. The recipients are decided by a consensus of all faculty members. This year's selected students embody the hard-working spirit of this award.
On behalf of the sixth grade team, I am honored to present the Jerry May Award to a sixth grader who has been a valuable asset to our Bullis community. This student approaches each day with positivity, passion, and patience. He puts in his best effort in everything he does and has a strong sense of self-advocacy. His science teacher, Ms. Fajan, asserts that he does not settle for a grade or an outcome that doesn't match his personal expectations. Instead, he seeks feedback and reflects on his performance. His success this year is directly attributed to his commitment to success and having continually raised the bar for himself. Congratulations to Grant Stevenson, the 2020-2021 recipient of the Jerry May Award for sixth grade.
On behalf of the seventh grade teachers, it is with great pleasure that I'm presenting the award to two outstanding individuals. Our first recipient is a friend to all, Ms. Donica says, and continues with, he has high expectations for himself and works hard to bring his artistic visions to life. Ms. McConaughey echoes those same traits by saying, he's always willing to lend a helping hand. He's a hard worker and is kind to all, including spiders. Ms. King states, he has been an enthusiastic member of our middle school tech crew and theater program these past 2 years. He has become a much more confident performer, partner, and student in class this year, which has been so wonderful to see. Congratulations to Mason Charkatz, this year's recipient of the Jerry May Achievement Award. Two. Our second recipient always has a smile that is visible even behind a mask, according to Ms. McConaughey. She even has a great attitude towards learning and growing, and is considered a great group member. Mr. Teets appreciated how today's recipient was a very resourceful and never hesitated to seek his math expertise. He concludes by saying she was a fantastic student to work with this year. Mrs. McFall saw the moment of brilliance during the Augmented Reality Cell Analogy Project, where the recipient created a smoothie bowl and its contents as a cell model, and she states, the confidence and energy that came out of that project has continued every day since. And for that, we congratulate Emerson Palacino, this year's recipient of the Jerry May Achievement Award. At this time, I'd like to introduce Dr. Moreno back to present the Head of Middle School Awards.
Okay, thank you. The Head of the Middle School Award recognizes students in 6th and 7th grade that made a positive contribution to the life in middle school. Although this achievement is named the Head of the Middle School Award, the recipient is decided by many faculty members after much consideration, discussion, and consensus. Numerous factors are involved when identifying an individual, including an extraordinary work ethic, a positive attitude, and an energetic spirit. So who received the 6th grade Head of School Award this year? This first recipient is a student that gets along well with everyone. The student maintains high roll, honor roll status, proving to be a self-starter and motivator for peers. Ms. Bias speaks to the student's thoughtfulness and outstanding manners. Ms. Maston agrees, adding this person is computer savvy and a generous collaborator. In fact, in Spanish, the student is known as the go-to person for tech needs. I'm impressed with this individual as well. The moment they entered Bullis, they had a positive community contributor and a role model in the middle school division. The 6th grade Head of School Award belongs to Mac Chrisney. All right, 7th grade. When I asked faculty members about this year's 7th grade recipient, the response is also very consistent. The student makes high honor roll, shows kindness, and has a wonderful spirit. I witnessed these characteristics firsthand when I had a chance to chat with the student in my office. I enjoyed our conversations and found her comments remarkably informative and insightful. The student also participated in the VEX Robotics World Championship. Yes, her team qualified and made it to the World Championship. Congratulations on receiving 4th place in the competition and the Head of the Middle School Award, Zana Crawley. I'm going to invite Mr. Sullivan to come up and present the General Excellence Awards for both 6th and 7th grade.
It's my great pleasure to present the 6th grade award for General Excellence in Studies to Catherine Morey. Not only is Catherine a terrific scholar, she's also a positive and productive member of the classroom community. She has a great attitude towards both her peers and her teachers. It is evident that she holds herself to high standards, is organized, hardworking, and puts in the extra time when she needs to. She is dedicated to academic success. Congratulations, Catherine. It is also my great pleasure to present the 7th grade award for General Excellence in Studies to Simon Rubenstein. While Mr. Horsey says his positive energy is contagious and that it is a pleasure to teach every day, Miss Maston loves his quiet, calming demeanor and said his written work is impeccable. Simon is always ready to go above and beyond. He has a strong work ethic and is an active learner. While he's strong across all the subjects, Miss McFall is particularly impressed with his deep scientific background knowledge. Congratulations, Simon. Please join me in welcoming Michelle Kelly to present the first award for Outstanding Achievement in Studies.
Good afternoon. This year's 6th grade band students have made impressive progress despite many obstacles. In September, which feels like a lifetime ago, we were unable to play instruments and sing on campus as a safety precaution. Students and faculty members wondered How am I supposed to make progress on this instrument if I can't play in person? Through technology glitches and independent practice sessions, these students continue to make progress on each of their instruments. We've ended the year on a literal high note with the ability to play together safely again, and despite the inability to play together for so long, this is one of the best 6th grade band ensembles we've ever had. To keep students motivated and practicing, we started a friendly practice competition in class. This competition was transformative for this year's 6th grade band award winner, Zach Hackey.
Zach began the year as an almost total beginner on his instrument, the French horn, as his first year was cut a little short, as most people's were. His fingerings were rusty when he started, his sound was a little inconsistent, and he admitted to me that he rarely practiced. But with continuous practice, Zach made incredible progress. He continued to make consistent practice a part of his routine, and his playing was completely transformed. He became confident in his fingerings, he played with a fabulous sound, and was able to read music that we were working on in band with ease. And I have to say that the French horn, his instrument, is a really difficult instrument already, so he made incredible progress. His progress this year is no small feat in a typical school year, and for this, I'm exceptionally proud to award him the 6th grade band award. Congratulations, Zach. Please join me in welcoming Cheryl Terwilliger to present the Band 7 award.
Guitarist Simon Ashkin came to Bullis as a 6th grader and first became involved in our jazz band program. He quickly became known for his enthusiasm for all things music and distinguished himself with skillful improvised solos. In addition to playing in that group, he was a charter member of our Bullis Middle School rock band. This year, he continued with rock band even when remote and also joined the middle school band on electric bass. Despite the challenges and limitations of performing this year due to COVID, Simon has continued to develop in his musicianship and brings energy and consistency to each and every opportunity. He shows growth from each rehearsal to the next and has become a strong musical leader in the group. We appreciate all of his hard work and many contributions and look forward to what he will bring in the future. Simon, congratulations on an outstanding year. Please join me in welcoming Charles Johnson to present the Choral Music Awards.
Good afternoon, everyone. So first, I must humbly apologize. I forgot to confirm the exact pronunciation of this student's last name, so I apologize if I mess it up. But it has been a pleasure to have Fatima Tawfiq Bakhsh in the 6th grade choir class. Fatima arrives each day ready to work. She brings to the class a strong work ethic, a dedication to learning her parts accurately, and a readiness to volunteer for any in-class examples. Fatima has also been a great benefit to the choir class in being amenable to singing either the soprano or the alto part as the day or the given exercises might warrant. Fatima has been an invaluable asset to the 6th grade choir, and it has been an honor to present her with the 6th grade choir award. The 7th grade choir award goes to Brooks Wickham. In the beginning of the year, Brooks was the quickest in the 7th grade class to adapt to the smart music technology we were using in the choir class this year. Because of his confidence using the program, I assigned him to help other students with the music software. And this was a task that Brooks invested himself to fully. It was so great to see a middle school student doing such a great job at helping his fellow students. He demonstrated both a high level of understanding and patience as he worked with these other students. In addition to this, Brooks has also stayed on top of all of his assignments throughout the year. He has been an invaluable asset to the Bullis Choir program. And so the 7th grade choir award goes to Bullis Wickham. And now please join me in welcoming Ms. Doyle Montague to present the Dance 7th Awards.
Okay. This year, I found it quite difficult to choose one student to give the 7th grade award to. But on our first day, a student came up to me before class with so much enthusiasm and told me that she improved her dancing skills this summer by learning and practicing TikTok videos. At the time, I'd never seen a TikTok video and I refused, but that has since changed. I politely smiled and I said, "That's good," but in my mind I thought, how is that even possible to learn dance from a video on TikTok? It's actually possible. I'm extremely proud of the students' hard work, dedication, and inquisitive nature. They've shown extreme growth in their dance journey from when I met them 3 years ago. I've truly enjoyed watching them approach class with such focus and vigor. I'm elated to present this year's 7th grade dance award to Brooke Katz. Please join me in welcoming Stephanie Mayer-Satin to present the String 6 Award.
Good afternoon. I'm dragging Miss Lerna Mae Franson up here because she has been so instrumental in helping this year. I brought my parents up to live with me a long time ago, and Bullis knew that having me here on campus would be a problem for my parents. And we're family here at Bullis, and so when family's in trouble, they help out. And so I was at home, remote, for most of the year while teaching remotely while Lerna was in the classroom. So it was a real tag team effort. So anyway, I just wanted to thank you publicly for all of your hard work this year. Thank you. This year's String Award goes to a new member of our community, Grace Lai. Grace is a consummate musician and team member. She is prepared for class, excels in her musicianship, and demonstrates quiet and caring leadership. In class, Grace sets a positive example for her classmates and does her best at all times. Her hard work is obvious, and she is a positive contributor to the group. It is my pleasure to present Grace Lai the award for Strings 6. And please join me in welcoming Miss Chelsea King.
This year's Theater 6 class is full of energetic, enthusiastic, and passionate students, but none more than today's winner. From the first day, they shared their love of theater with me and the class. Their fairy tale performance oozed with confidence. They came with a beautiful costume and wowed the class with great character development. They led a great group meetings during each of the design units, designing unique costumes for a futuristic Cinderella, creating a great coffee shop soundscape, and dreaming a trendy bedroom set design. They showed real leadership during our final performance, always remembering their blocking, modeling great projection of lines, and a fun attitude to end our year together. It was a pleasure to work with the student during this year's musical activity as well, and I look forward to 2 more years of working with her. Congratulations, Juliette Wade. Although I've only taught the student for 1 year, I was impressed from our very first performing project with their understanding of character, delivery of lines, and ability to change their voice to match any story. A very brave performer, a creative thinker, this student excelled in putting themselves out there each and every project. I also had the pleasure of rolling dice with this student during clubs and sharing our passion for Dungeons and Dragons. From riding on the back of a mythical beast to a Viking dwarf just trying to get to work, I hope to see this student on stage in the future. Congratulations, Fisher Ortiz Ferrari. Please join me in welcoming Miss Kelsey Donegan to present the Visual Arts 6 and 7 Awards.
This year's 6th grade Visual Art Award goes to an artist who thinks big and works hard to bring his ideas to life. This artist is bold and brave, coming up with unique ideas that he's never seen before. From drawings of zombie vegetables to blocks of Nordic figures and icons, Leo's concepts are never boring. This artist is eager to try new things. He spends time outside of class experimenting, practicing, and learning new techniques. His final products are polished, interesting, and extremely ambitious. Leo Bell, I'm proud to present you with the 6th grade Art Award. The winner of the 7th grade Art Award lives and breathes art. She is constantly learning and growing, eagerly sharing new ideas and concepts with all those around her. She is ambitious and brave, dedicated to spending time on minute details to make sure that her work meets her high standards. This artist is open and flexible, willing to adjust her plans and adapt to her circumstances to constantly improve. From drawings to sculptures to embroidery and beyond, Anna shows exceptional dedication to her artistic growth. Anna Rubenstein, I'm proud to present you with the 7th grade Art Award. While Anna's coming up, please join me in welcoming Ms. Rita Gearhart to present the Design Thinking and Technology Awards.
Good afternoon. I would like to say that I was just very impressed this year with all the different things we had to change up and do remotely, and how the students just came through with perseverance and joy and worked together, whether they remotely together or together to just get their work done and do it well. I want to honor a particular student this year, Grayson Poole, for his enthusiasm and his efforts to challenge himself and help others. Actually, I think he'd like to take over my job sometimes. The animation projects that we did, it's our biggest project of each trimester, were really impressive. They ranged from pandemic advice to civil rights to pollution and so much more. The drawing of the images, finding appropriate music and sound effects, recording voiceovers, putting it all together in video editing software, it's quite a challenge. There are times when students are at very different points and it gets quite messy for a while. But Grayson came through and volunteered to run a virtual breakout room to give one-on-one support to remote students while I worked with the in-person group, and it was a huge success. Grayson, your animation project about pollution was impactful and technically excellent. Your coding projects, you demonstrated both your skill and the joy that you have when you are creating code. I know you like to code games, and I'm excited to see what you produce next year when we do a game project. Congratulations, Grayson. And now I'd like to present myself to give the 7th grade Connected Technology Award. 7th graders, you are such a creative and determined group, and your work's been truly outstanding this year, especially under these strange conditions. Sometimes it was easy to forget how hard this year was because of the positive attitudes and your wonderful collective sense of humor. And then there's Madison Blank. Madison, you just light up every room you enter. You meet every challenge with your super creative, can-do spirit. Students look to you for help with their work, but a lot of times I think they also look to you for your emotional support because you just are a bright light. Your enthusiasm is contagious, and you make fun, yet very technical projects, like you did with the poetry project, and with the beautiful pencil drawings, and it was all coded to work. It was really quite incredible. And then when we touched the pencil drawings, the computer would be triggered to hear her voice reading lines of poetry. So it was very, very cool. And then when you made your Spanish vocabulary game, it was just another example of how positive and wonderful and technically well done your work is. So I would like to congratulate you, Maddie. Come on up. Please join me in welcoming Shui-Ying Clark to present the Chinese 1A Award.
This year, I am blessed to have a group of delightful all-girl 6th grade students in Chinese 1A class. And I'm very proud and confident to say that every single one of you achieved outstanding performance through persistent and hard work, through internal motivation, through your interests and a love of Chinese language and culture. Moreover, you all celebrate every small success with each other. You all encourage each other not to give up. You all pass the positive vibes to each other. Therefore, it was very difficult for me to only pick one student as award winner. This 6th grader not only shows great motivation, diligence, and enthusiasm in the Chinese language learning, but also is humble and kind. She is also known as the unbeatable Queen of Blue Kit. Congratulations, Kylie Works. Now, please join me welcoming Mr. Wesley Wood to present the Latin Award.
There's no graceful way to take off a mask, is there? Salvete. Thank you. This year's recipient of the 6th grade Latin Award is Anastasia Phelps. Known by her classmates as Flaminia, Anastasia plunged headfirst into our exploration of the ancient Mediterranean world. She consistently produces excellent work, as seen in her Creative Monster project. More importantly, she never hesitates to ask deep questions about the Latin language and the culture of the Romans. She always keeps me on my toes. Throughout this year, Anastasia was a key member of our middle school Latin club and even earned a gold medal in the National Mythology exam, one question away from a perfect score. Her love of mythology is unparalleled and inspires others in her class. Anastasia, I'm honored to give you this box set of The Olympians by George O'Connor, and I am excited to see where you go on your linguistic journey. Keep asking those questions. Die Immortales et Mirabile Visu. I'm a twofer. This year's recipient of the 7th grade Latin Award is Lucy Keller. Now in her 2nd year of Latin, Lucy is the embodiment of the term lifelong learner. because her study of the language does not stop when the school day ends. In addition to her outstanding classwork, she is eager to produce her own Latin stories, often featuring pop culture references. I can't tell you how many Latin Simpsons memes have been created this year. As a result, Fufia, as she is known in class, inspires her peers to be as creative and as curious as possible. Moreover, Lucy was active in the middle school Latin club this year, participating in the National Mythology Exam and the National Creative Writing Contest for the Junior Classical League. Her submission entitled Demeter's Dark Side featured her own take on the grain goddess's story, exploring a scenario where winter never ends and spring never returns. Lucy, I am honored to give you Harrius Potter et Philosophi Lapis. May it be a reminder to never stop writing. Dia mortales et mirabile visu. While Lucy is approaching the stage, please join me in welcoming Marcela Velikovsky to present the Spanish 6 Award.
Buenas tardes. Good afternoon, everyone. I have the pleasure of being in my 13th year at Bullis and in the sixth grade team, facilitating students learn a new language and discover the diverse culture of Spanish-speaking countries. In order to gain proficiency in the language, students need to be very patient and work hard throughout the year. I am honored to present the Spanish Award in 6th grade to a remarkable student who has shown a positive attitude since day one, has actively engaged in all the activities, including during remote learning, which is not a small thing, and has showed a genuine desire to learn and use the Spanish language. This student is curious, inquisitive, very enthusiastic and fun, always coming to class with a big smile, showing excellence in his work, and often going the extra mile. One of the qualities that I admire the most in the student is his discipline and patience to ensure everybody in the class can contribute as well, especially during remote learning. On top of those great qualities, you show excellence in all you do. You have worked hard and then harder. It is not surprising that you are ready to take a faster-paced class next year. I have no doubt that this drive will lead you to many more successes in the future. Musa, I am very proud of your accomplishments, and I look forward to seeing you in Spanish 1 next year. Musa Malik, please join me to receive your award. Congratulations. And please join me in welcoming Ms. Whitfield Mastin to present the Spanish 1 Award. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Learning a new language and understanding different cultures requires many of the same skills that we have had to become proficient in during this last year and a half of remote and hybrid and in-person learning. Taking risks to express yourself in environments you aren't used to, viewing situations from different perspectives, interacting with others using different modes of communication, and embracing a cooperative and collaborative spirit in ever-changing conditions. This year, I've had the pleasure of working with one of the most engaged and enthusiastic groups of 7th grade students I have ever encountered. While this school year provided certain challenges for our community, I never once observed anything but a graceful, curious, and eager bunch of students in each and every class. I've had the honor of working with this year's 7th grade Spanish student award winner for the past 2 years, watching him grow from a somewhat timid 6th grader to the confident size 13 wearing 7th grader that he is now. Whether he was online or in person, doing group work or studying individually, this student always put forth his best effort, demonstrating his love of learning, drive to challenge himself, and lift everyone else's spirits along the way. His interest in the origins of words and different ways they can fit together to form sentences, and the cultures from which they are derived are the hallmarks of a budding Hispanist. His ability to infuse humor into every task and to somehow work a comment about his curmudgeonly cat into every activity we were doing always brought a smile to everyone's face. He is an eternal good sport and always willing to try new things. Although nothing like the greedy, two-timing, arrogant Spanish sea captain from the character from our novel, I knew that this student would be the first to volunteer to act out this juicy role in front of the class. I am honored to present this year's 7th grade Spanish award to Ruby the Cat's little brother, Clay Narcissenfeld. Sorry, Mr. White. Please join me in welcoming Vincent White to present the Geography and World Culture Awards.
Thank you. I'm going to go a little Andy Marusak right now, so I'm going to kind of go off the cuff. If you knew who he was last year, he left us. Andy was with us for, I think, 36 years, and he was bigger than life. We certainly miss him. But what I wanted to share with the parents and students is remember how when we started this year, that we were really the only school that was starting that was doing something in person. I was fortunate enough to be on the Health and Safety Committee, and I get to see how Mr. Sullivan would have to balance and really consider about, are we doing the right thing? Are we going in the right direction? And knowing that we had just about every school, along with the local government and the state government, looking to see, what are we doing? Is this going to work? And it was kind of that position was, for those of us that may have grown up around the time that I did, it was whether or not Mikey was going to like the cereal. So everybody watched, see if Mikey started eating it. And it was really due to his leadership that really kept us in this position to be where we are and how we went forward today, and how so many people were asking to model themselves after what we had done and asking Mr. Sullivan for those questions. So I want to take a second to thank Mr. Sullivan for. And I can't go without our leadership of Dr. Marino and Mr. Kaczmarski, who are there every day. You know, when you're in question, you're in a time like this, which was completely unprecedented, you turn and you look to leadership. How is leadership reacting to this? And leadership of Dr. Marino and Jason Kaczmarski was always, we're here, we're moving forward, we're going to do the best that we can with what we've got. Yeah, we're in unprecedented waters, unprecedented times, but we're going to be able to accomplish this together. And because of that leadership, thank you very much. So to the award for Outstanding Achievement in Geography and World Cultures goes to Mia Santi. Mia, you started the school year with a new school, meeting new teachers, making new friends. Your enthusiasm for geography was constant, ever constant. You're excited to learn new material and share your personal travel experiences, helping us pronounce Italian words. When we returned from winter break, I don't know if it was a New Year's resolution, but your academic progress in the class went into overdrive. You displayed enthusiasm, confidence within the class discussions, as well as your assignments and tests. Mia, you're an example to us all, and you display what we hope for in all of our Bullis students. It was a privilege to have you as one of my students this year, and it's an honor to present you with this award. Congratulations. Next up, Mr. Horsey.
Thank you, Mr. White. Whether reading a segment of the Hammurabi's Law Code, defending his side in the Athens versus Sparta debate, or simply listing the characteristics of the Roman political system, this student approaches his work with enthusiasm, interest, and glee. For him, history is more than mere memorization of facts and timelines. It is the appreciation of human accomplishment and recognition of potential in himself and his peers. Over the course of this year, he has created outstanding work, including creative and informative animated map of Western African empires, reviewing multiple documents in order to determine their reliability and using evidence to support his claim, and also using his exemplary research skills to gather information in order to construct an informative comparative essay that discusses the similarities of the ancient Indian and Egyptian civilizations. It has been a pleasure working with this student this year. His enthusiasm is contagious, his work ethic admirable, and his thirst for knowledge insatiable. It is my pleasure to award the 2021 Ancient History Award to Cooper Keel. I like to call him Coop. Please join me in welcoming Marcy Demers to present the Language Arts 6 Award.
Thank you, Mr. Horsey. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. This year's Language Arts Award recipient chose this quote by Martin Luther King to help define his one-word intention, focus, for 2021. This student clearly took this goal to heart this year. He consistently exemplifies the characteristics consistent with the Bullis values of integrity, responsibility, curiosity, and a respect for learning. He strives to synthesize his creativity, attention to detail, and personal insight into all that he does. I always look forward to the results of his hard work, whether it be his memoir about skipping rocks with his father, a one-pager response, or a book review. Further, this student continually engages in honest self-reflection and demonstrates persistence in furthering his growth as a reader, writer, and learner. He is a strong self-advocate and is always willing to seek and employ feedback with the ultimate goal of personal and academic development. Caleb Lee, congratulations on this well-deserved award. Please join me in welcoming Maggie McConaughey to present the English 7th Award.
The English Academic Excellence Award for 7th grade goes to a very talented writer. This year, I have watched this student persevere and ask big questions. They go above and beyond when given the opportunity to be creative, and I remember being floored by their ability to write in a character's voice. During a writing marathon, this student filled over a dozen sheets of loose-leaf paper in 40 minutes. This student has a bright and creative future ahead of them, and that student is Jackson Davis. Jackson, you've done a great job in English this year. The book I've chosen for you is Blended by Sharon Draper, who wrote the book you read for our first book club. Please join me in congratulating Jackson Davis. Please join me in welcoming Gia Bias to present the Math 6 Award.
Good afternoon. This year's 6th grade Math Award recipient exemplifies the ideal scholar. It is truly an honor to teach this scholar during my C block daily. 4 intricate qualities come to mind when I think of this scholar: present, prompt, prepared, and always productive. This scholar always puts forth the best effort. Their sense of hard work and commitment is demonstrated in the classroom. They always maintain their composure, focus and dedication to school assignments, having achieved A's in all 3 trimesters this year. This scholar is a quiet leader and demonstrates this to their classmates daily when contributing to class discussions and serves as a role model for their peers. The scholar also models student behavior and participation in class. In the 2nd trimester, this scholar transitioned from a quiet student to a more active and vocal member of the class. Over the course of the year, they have grown significantly in their confidence, becoming more engaged and active in their learning. This scholar is constantly checking their understanding of the given material. No matter the content, no matter the day, no matter how their peers react, they are always eager to examine and explore the content in my class. In class, this scholar always tries harder on their assignments and assessments, pays attention to instruction, and overall has an exceptionally positive attitude with a positive outlook on the educational setting. When focused with a challenging problem, this scholar is now very comfortable asking questions and clarifying the material so they can be successful. This scholar is more than deserving of this special recognition and accolade, and Bullis is lucky to have scholars like you to help make our school a better place. Well done, and keep up the great work. Please join me in congratulating this year's 6th grade Math Award winner, Kaylee Zuckerman. Kaylee is one of our remote learners. Now, please join me in welcoming Peter Smith to present the Math 7 Award.
All right, face reveal. All right. One of the most common things I hear at the beginning of every school year as a math teacher is, just a heads up, math's not my strongest subject. Or, I'm not so good at math, and we kind of call that, the math scaries. Less common is the student that comes in saying, I love math, I'm gonna work hard every day, bring positive energy every single day. And now while this student didn't actually say this with her words, her actions spoke a lot louder. She came to class with amazing positivity and energy that was contagious amongst her classmates, which is tough to do when you have math last class of the day, every day for an entire year. It is tough to do math at 2 p.m. every single day. This student showed a true passion for problem solving and an effort level that can only be described as superhero-like. It was an absolute privilege to watch the student blossom into a full-blown mathematician. This year's 7th grade Math Award goes to none other than Emma White. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Chelsea Fajan to present the Science 6 Award.
Good afternoon. I am excited to present this year's 6th grade Science Award to a deserving recipient who consistently demonstrates a positive attitude and outstanding achievement. Most notably, though, is this student's genuine love and admiration for all things science. One thing I've learned about this student is that she absolutely loves animals. Mostly her dog Teddy, but enjoys learning about different species as well. For example, recently she researched a Triassic marine reptile, the Nothosaurus. Through a creative animation, she told the story of tiny ancient sea monsters that lurked in the shallow waters. Her animation tells the story of the discovery of a much smaller version of the extinct reptile that once ruled the seas. A brief version of her story goes, Once upon a time, there were two tiny Nothosaurus reptiles who were the best of friends and enjoyed floating in the shallow waters with one another. Until one day, their lives came to an end at the bottom of the South China Sea, just 1 kilometer apart. Her story fast forwards 240 million years later, when a team of researchers located and identified the fossils of this ancient species and recognized them as the Nothosaurus, but smaller. Her whimsical retelling of this recent scientific revelation is just a small glimpse into her creative and imaginative mind. More than animals, however, is this student's fascination and curiosity of our vast universe, galactic phenomenons, mysteries of black holes, and space exploration. Her enjoyment of such topics was demonstrated through daily participation, in which she exhibited visible excitement for each day's topics and her new learning. I admire that her learning doesn't stop the moment she leaves the classroom, as she continues to explore and research through activities such as stargazing, International Space Station spotting, and watching rocket launches in her free time. As a self-proclaimed future NASA employee and possibly an astronaut, she says that if she goes to space, she'll miss her dog Teddy the most because, and I quote, "He is the cutest thing I've ever seen and makes me happy when I am sad." I am happy to present this year's 6th grade science award to a true science enthusiast, Julia Hausfeld. And while Julia's making her way up, please join me in welcoming Karen McFall to present the 7th grade science award.
And then there was one, I guess. Each time this student has stepped into my science classroom, she has been filled with joy, the spirit of collaboration, and wonder about learning life science concepts. I really don't remember a time when her hand wasn't up to take a risk or offer insight in class. And being an 8 a.m. A block, that alone deserves an award. I was introduced to this stellar scientist in our Meet the Scientist Under the Microscope observation challenge with a picture of an airplane and adorable puppies, only to find out that she was on a flight taking off from Phoenix, Arizona, when a dog on board gave birth to puppies mid-flight. When we weren't sure if we'd be able to touch actual microscopes during this year of COVID restriction, we purchased laser pointer lenses for students to engineer their own scopes using cell phones, as well as an origami type of scope called a fold scope. This student didn't stop at the 10 image requirement, but photographed 20 extraordinary images seen through the scopes, including legging fabric, an aloe plant, a lemon peel, and her dog's nose. She blew me away with her augmented reality cell metaphor project of plant cell organelles compared to the inner workings of a computer. She was a student most fascinated by our disease epidemiology unit and viral engineering challenge, and was one of the only 7th graders to accept my optional challenge of the CDC's outbreak online simulations. And if that isn't enough, her academic achievement in science has consistently been one of the top percentages in all science blocks, all 3 trimesters, and she was one of only 7 middle school girls who competed in the first ever Bullis Builders Engineering Competition. Please join me in congratulating a kind, classy young lady and 7th grade science wonder girl extraordinaire, Leah Pereira. And at this time, I'd like to welcome Dr. Marino back to share her closing remarks.
All right, thank you, Karen. Can we give another round of applause to all of the awardees? Students, if you are here today, you did not do that alone. You had a lot of encouragement. and support from your parents. Can I have the parents stand and let's give them a round of applause for getting you through this year. Thanks for all those remote lessons you helped them with. I'd like to also acknowledge the outstanding middle school teachers. I know we've said a lot about you. I know you did not sign up for this. There were no courses on how to live through a pandemic 101. Nobody took advanced courses 300 and 400. If you would just stand for a moment so we can give you a round of applause. Thank you so much for your passion and your commitment. And I do have to tell you, every teacher in our division came to school during this in-person time. Every single middle school teacher came. That speaks volumes. They had family situations, they had other things they needed to contend with, but they came to school every day for your children. So another round of applause. Thank you. And finally, the students. Over the summer, we ask that you read and complete math problems daily to retain valuable skills. We also ask you to think twice about any communications you send and refrain from sending anything online you can't say face-to-face to a friend. Promise me those 3 things. Okay. And we hope you have a restful, relaxing, and safe summer. We are going to make sure all of the pictures that were taken you will receive in your email. Look for that. Parents, feel free to stay and take pictures if you would like. Thank you so much. Congratulations again. We'll see you next year.